The U.S. economy added 143,000 jobs during the month of January. That's slightly fewer than expected. And while healthcare and retail added over 30,000 jobs in the month, professional and business services shed 11,000 total jobs. Christopher Gray, Path CEO, joins me now in studio to discuss his work helping upskill workers. And this isn't a very important conversation right now, especially as so many workers are trying to prepare for changes that are coming forward through advancements in technology right now. Where are you seeing workers really appreciate the ability to upskill and take advantage of these opportunities too?
Yeah, so what we're seeing with AI being on the rise, cybersecurity is on the rise in tandem, right? People, legacy companies are afraid that AI is going to go crazy, it's going to be this Terminator situation. So, they're seeing a lot of careers in cybersecurity, AI certifications with AWS, Azure, CompTIA has been something that has been really prominent, because what the world is trying to do is really find ways to really get more people upskilled. And then with this kind of debate on the value of college and being fast tracking that, people are moving more to trying to get more certified quicker at a much less cost.
Which industries or even kind of job functions or role types are you seeing the largest opportunities for employers to make sure that their workforce is getting upskilled, and then also for employees to recognize that, hey, this is a position that could be at risk of being disrupted by AI, and I need to be able to work in tandem with it or be able to skill into a new area as well?
Yeah, I think that what you're seeing, that AI has new developments all the time, but what you're seeing that JDs are starting to change, where instead of where employers are actually putting their JDs requiring you to learn to know skills like Cursor, ChatGPT, different AI agents, right? For designers to know different tools that can create and use generative AI tools to create more content. So what you're seeing is that the JDs, the job descriptions are changing, where you're now starting to see one marketing person can maybe do the role of four with using certain tools. So you're seeing is that companies are starting to maybe hire less people, and then there's also this VC mandate where everyone's trying to get to this holy grail of how can you get to 30 million, 40 million in revenue with 15 employees or 20 employees, with supplementing that with agents. So I think that people will have the same jobs, but I think people will be able to be more productive. One role will be able to have the productivity of four. Work will be, people will get more done with less. So I think that's what's happening. Like the JDs are changing, and there's a requirement and prerequisite that skills. So I just recommend that people make sure they're learning these AI tools as a part of that, and really convincing the employer, hey, you know what, by hiring me, I can actually help reduce your costs and be more productive, rather than saying they need to change that job. Right?
And so where does Path fit within all of that?
Right. So Path, we're an AI-powered platform that uses AI to make getting professional certifications, particularly in IT, software engineering, and healthcare, more affordable, right? We're seeing this movement where AI is being, it's taking people's jobs, but also to get a lot of professional certifications, like for example, CompTIA security costs hundreds of dollars to just take the test, right? And a lot of people don't pass on their first time. So what Path does is use the generative AI to give users unlimited practice, adapt to their weaknesses on these exams, but also use predictive scoring, so we can actually tell you whether you're going to pass these exams or not. And we do the same thing for NCLEX. We even do college admissions exams like GMAT, MCAT, LSAT, GRE, even ACT, ACT. These things are causing, a lot of people, affects their ability to get scholarships, and ultimately have their ability to get jobs. And a lot of underserved communities, they're not passing these exams on the first try, right? And what happens is they're not getting to these jobs, or they just shy away from the career. They, I don't have $800 just to mess up on that. So what we're really trying to do is, rather than leveraging AI to focus on this concept of taking people's jobs, we're using generative AI to really help people get certified for the jobs of the future.
We gotta give people some leadership lessons here, because you yourself have been a successful entrepreneur multiple times over now, and most notably, people may know you from Scali, which went through the Shark Tank realm. You built up a business. You were probably one of the most successful, I would say, ventures that made it through that show, and then had an exit with Sally Mae as well. And now you're the CEO of Path. I wonder, what leadership lessons would you impart upon the next generation of aspiring entrepreneurs, business executives?
One, I think that in this age of AI, create create apps that make a huge impact, right? I think AI is given a lot of being able to deploy a lot of products at scale for a much lower cost. So it's lowering the cost of it needs to start a company. I think the amount of money that I've had to use to start Path was infinitely less than what I'd used to start Scholarly, because of the fact that so many AI tools have made marketing so much more expensive, developers are more expensive. It makes even sometimes outsourcing even more efficient, because these AI tools make the fidelity of the work of different engineers, and you see that with Google and other companies, right? So I think they're really making sure that we are really creating solutions on impact, because I think so many people, we AI to book your travel, AI to get credit card points, AI to do this, but I really think, especially for underserved entrepreneurs and people of color, really start creating products that really help. I think the second thing is that being adaptive and resilient. We have a new administration that a lot is going on, and it's, things are changing. In addition to, we have this new technology that's advancing every single day, right? So I think that entrepreneurs being able to build a team that's keeping an eye on that, and being able to adapt and be resilient and make sure that you're lowering your costs, being profitable, making sure that you're not overhiring for a role that you might even need tomorrow,
right?
And doing that. And then the last thing I would say is really just really expanding opportunity, right? Like thinking about working with your current team instead of being a founder and a leader and saying, okay, I'm gonna focus on how do I get rid of as many people as possible. One, you should make sure, don't hire people, really make sure you be thoughtful in terms of who you hire when you may not need them in a few months. But two, really make sure that instead of having those conversations with your team members and saying, hey, I love your role, you're a great team member, I think if you use these tools, I think if we adjust our role in this age of AI to do that, you can be more productive. Yeah. You have a long-term role here, and you can be a part of this team and be a part of this new era where, we can be more profitable, be more efficient, right, and still build a big company.
Chris, thanks so much for taking the time here in studio with us today. Really appreciate it. It's Chris Gray, CEO of Path.
Thank you.